I got some fun questions here at the end, so we can kind of just run through them. Give me your quick answers or quick stories for them if you
Good.
want. Okay, Sean Dougal actually gave me a story that you were actually a stand-in model for Serge Ibaka in a team photo for the Raptors. Is that true? And actually happened? Like, is this actually a thing that occurred?
Well, it wasn't for Serge because Serge was there.
Okay.
I was a stand-in. Yes, I was.
That's interesting. I didn't even know they did this. I don't know. Yeah.
Well, given the situation, so I think it was the year that they went to the finals for the 905 went to the finals. So
Okay.
some of the guys were called up, and because they made the finals, those guys that got called up had to go back down to 905 to play in the championship game. But they also had a team pitcher, so they weren't there. So they needed someone to fill in. So I got a call.
That's funny.
Hey, Jay, do you mind stepping in for one of the players? We have a team photo, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, sure, all right. So I showed up at the ACC, and it was funny because everyone was looking at me like, yo, who is this guy? Like, who's the new guy? Because I kind of fit in, you know what I mean? I was just as tall, just as big, and, you know, it was funny going up the stairs. Well, we weren't able to change with the team. We were in another room, but then we went to the elevator to go up to the ACC, and then Kyle, DeMar, and Freddie walked out of the side door, and they were looking at us like, yo, who are these guys? Because we were wearing the uniform. And they're like, yo, they just started laughing, and we're like, yo, we're taking the team photo, man. So they were cracking on us the whole time up the ride.
Do you know who you ended up like being? Like who you were?
I was Miller.
Oh, Malcolm Miller. You were Malcolm Miller.
Yeah, Malcolm Miller. Yeah.
It's funny.
Yeah.
That's funny.
So basically, all they did was Photoshop my head out and put his head in.
Right.
And that's it.
Man,
yeah,
I'm gonna get our producers to try to find that photo and plaster. Because that's funny. That's funny. And shout out to Malcolm.
Yeah, man.
Shout out to Malcolm Miller. Okay. You were also a model for Jordan Brand, which also Dougal told me, which is awesome. I mean, that's goals for sure. But I'm assuming you went to watch The Last Dance. You've been watching The Last Dance. Talked about it a little bit. But did you ever get a chance to meet the man himself?
Actually, I did in 2004. I was at Bradley, and that was my last year at Bradley, and myself and a few friends, we went to the Bulls game, and the Bulls game, and it was actually the Bulls versus the Lakers.
Damn.
And that was the first time seeing Kobe up front, and I remember the Bulls were down. Actually, the Bulls were up by 20, and then at halftime, Kobe just took over. I've never seen anything like that. And he took over the game. The Lakers won. After the game, my friend's brother, I don't know how he got us to the back, but we just walked to the back where the players come out, and we were just standing there and, you know, met Shaq, met Karl Malone, Gary Payton.
That's crazy.
Gotti, Phil Jackson. And then all of a sudden, Jordan comes walking out. And I'm not even lying to you guys. I ran over there. I ran over. My boys were laughing at me. Because the funny thing is, I was in college, but I had Jordan posters on my wall. Like, I love basketball. And I had Jordan posters on my wall. And I just remember, yo, it's MJ. I ran over there, and I just grabbed his hand. I shook his hand. And he was talking to someone else as well. And I was just like, I met MJ. I met Shaq. And then Kobe came out last. He was the last guy to come out.
Right.
And I told him, hell of a game. He's like, thanks, man. And I took a picture, and then that was it, man.
Crazy.
But crazy thing about that night, I'd lost my wallet.
Oh, really?
I lost my wallet. Yeah, I didn't even care. I cared, but I didn't care. Because I just met MJ, Shaq, and Jordan. And I'm like, I met all Hall of Famers.
Yeah.
Yo, I didn't care. I'm like, yo, I met these guys.
Right.
But someone ended up mailing my wallet. Money was gone, but it's all good.
Huh.
You know, it was like, yo, you couldn't write that.
You can't ask for a better day to lose your wallet, to be honest.
No, man, I was good. I was sad, but
I met
MJ.
Yeah, man. Yeah. you mentioned Kobe. I mean, and obviously we saw the horrific accident that happened earlier this year. It feels like so long ago because of everything that's happened. But but the impact of Kobe on your life, and I know you're a big Jordan fan, but Kobe was a big Jordan fan. How has Kobe potentially impacted your life?
Man, I could not believe when that happened. I was in shock, obviously, but I remember some people were like, "Man, I thought of you right away. I want to call you." I didn't want to talk to anybody, to be honest. I was just like, because when I was in high school, I think Kobe's a bit older than me. I think he's like a year or two older than me. When I was in high school, he was going to the draft, and I followed him all the way from like McDonald's All-American. I followed his whole career. Like, I was like, man, Kobe is in high school. So am I. And I'm like, this guy is going to the NBA. I'm like, this guy has to be good.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? This guy has to be good.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah. So I followed him. He had a big impact, man. He had a big impact. I know he didn't play that much his first 2 years, but he had a big impact on me as far as basketball wise. And, obviously Jordan was my biggest influence on the court. But like when Kobe, because we're closer to an age, when he went to the NBA, I was like, man, I gotta make it. You know what I mean? But he's a big influence on me personally for basketball, and his passing was a big shock. But his legacy, man, he did a lot of damage, man. He did a lot of damage on the court.
Live forever.
Yeah, man. So,
you're in the fashion world, and I wanted to kind of dive into that a little bit. But what is your Mount Rushmore of fashion icons? If you could answer.
Fashion icons.
Like, are you a Dapper Dan dude? What are you picking in terms of like who is your guy? I don't know, Virgil. You can pick Virgil now. It's up to you, but
I like Virgil. I do like Virgil. Okay. I like his style.
Right.
Man,
I know it's a weird question. It's a weird question.
It's a loaded question, man.
Yeah.
I wish you could have gave me this question ahead of time, and I'd been able to.
That's me. That's my bad. Yeah.
It's a setup.
Okay.
But there's actually a guy that I follow in. He's actually in the Bay Area. FCBB. His name is Devin. He has his own. This guy is former Marine. Has his own clothing line. This guy's blown up in the last couple of years, but I've seen him build his brand and his collection.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, I like Virgil. Obviously, man, I'm not really into the big designer like Gucci and stuff. No.
Yeah.
I like the local designers. There's, especially here in Toronto, Chinadu. He's a custom suit tailor.
Is that the guy who made Made?
No.
Okay.
No.
Yeah, never mind then. No, never mind. Yeah. Okay.
No, not him.
All right. Enough. I'll be quiet.
I'm joking. Not joking.
I'm playing.
But yeah, it's a loaded question, man. I'd have to like think about it.
Right,
I'm gonna put Virgil on there though.
Okay, I'll let you sit on that for a bit. Maybe next time we can do it. I got you.
Yeah.
Okay, so fashion has become a huge part of the NBA today. You see guys rocking, like, compared to the '90s, man. It's like a whole different world. Who do you think is the best dressed NBA player right now?
Oh man,
loaded question.
I really like PJ Tucker's style.
Okay.
PJ Tucker can really dress. LeBron has good style as well.
Okay.
His outfits, wherever his stylist is. That's two.
What about like Canadian guys like Shea? I know Shea rocks.
That's another one. That's another one I was gonna say. I love Shea Alexander.
Mm-hmm.
I love his game. I love his style as well.
Right.
Very, very stylish guy. I like his style.
Okay.
Who else? I'm trying to think. That's 3.
Okay. I mean, those are 3 good choices, man. Those are 3 really good
Those are 3. Westbrook on certain nights, Westbrook is on point, but he's known for being a little bit, outrageous as far as his style.
Yeah.
But I do like his stuff as well.
Okay.
James Harden is not bad as well.
Yeah, James Harden's another choice on there. Who would be your Mount Rushmore of basketball players? This is a little bit easier than basketball icons, but what's your Mount Rushmore of basketball players?
MJ's up there, 100%.
Right.
LeBron is up there.
Mm-hmm.
Kobe's up there.
Okay, you got one more spot.
Man.
Yeah, it's a lot of really good players to pick.
Well, I'm going based off who I've seen. Like, yeah. I never saw Chamberlain. I never saw those guys play.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'll go with Shaq.
Shaq? That is the exact same Mount Rushmore. Literally the exact same.
Yours?
It's the exact same one I have, yeah. Exact same. Copy and paste. Yeah, you got it. Exactly. You've been able to travel to so many countries, so many places, whether it's teaching the game, coaching the game, just traveling in general, doing charities. I remember saw one of your videos on your Instagram where you were in Jamaica doing some charity work as well. Where is your favorite place to travel?
Man.
Favorite country, favorite city, wherever you want to pick. Favorite continent, I don't care. Just what is your favorite place to travel?
I've visited Australia 3 times. I love that place. I love it. The weather's great. People are nice. I've been to a lot of Asian countries, but I really love Australia.
Australia, really? My friend's actually doing law school there right now in Gold Coast, and he loves it too, man. He's like, yeah. I'm trying to stay here. I'm not trying to come back.
Beautiful place, man. Beautiful. Yeah. I'm hoping to reach like Spain. I haven't been to Spain, Italy, Greece. Those are the next 3 areas I'd love to travel to.
Okay. Yeah. You were in that era of and1 basketball. So if you had to pick your own and1 name, what would your name be? Nickname. Yeah.
I
asked this to everybody. This is like my question. I asked this to everybody because I love and1 basketball.
I'd say War Machine.
War Machine. Okay. I got you.
So it's funny. I got that nickname. Actually, original nickname was Iron Man.
Okay.
And then it got switched to War Machine. So I was playing on the Jamaican national team, and these guys gave me that name because they're like, "Yo, this guy is strong." Like, yo, like I was just out there competing and fighting and playing and scoring, and I was just doing everything. And these guys were like, "Yo, we're gonna call you Iron Man." So they called me Iron Man for the whole camp and our trips and everything. And then by the end of our experience, they changed it to War Machine.
War Machine.
So,
all right,
yeah,
I like it. Shout out to Don Cheadle for being the War Machine. Yeah. And finally, I mean, I know Spread Love Clothing is so much about anti-bullying and helping the community. I know you yourself are so into helping the community, and whether it be kids or elsewhere. What can I do? What can True Sports TV do to be involved in what you do as well and to kind of join alongside?
You know what? Thanks for asking that.
Yeah.
But you know what? Spread Love is actually more than just bullying, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
I've just been able to use my platform in as a teacher in the schools because I saw that there was a need for more awareness for bullying. So it started from there, but it's actually growing into something really, really much greater than that. Because this message is not just for kids. It's not just for, people that go to school. This message is for everyone. Doesn't matter your background, doesn't matter your race. Spread Love is a reminder that we as individuals our words and our actions can make an impact on any individual.
Mm-hmm.
So it's more of an awareness thing, and to inspire, impact, and influence people that, you know what, I don't need to know you, but I can do something nice for you, right? And I think a lot of people get that mixed up, is that, you know what, just because I don't know you doesn't mean I can't show some sort of kindness towards you. So, you know, spread love. Yes, I'm a teacher. I'm bringing more awareness to bullying, but at the same time, especially what's going on now, you know, how can we as individuals be accountable for our actions and into changing what's happening like right now.
Right.
So I think the biggest thing, honestly, is just you know, just promoting spread love and just being an advocate for it. You know, my biggest thing is just to bringing people together, bringing the community together, bringing the city together, and just making an impact, leaving an impact everywhere you go. You know, if someone has an interaction with me, I want them leaving, you know what, it's a nice guy. Jay's cool, man. Like, I had a really good conversation with him,
Mm-hmm.
you know? So, yeah, it's just, you know, just promoting the message, man,
Sure.
and representing what spread love means.
That's amazing, man. And yes, I did have a good conversation with Jay, and he is a cool guy to talk to. But is there any last comment, like any last comments or anything like that you want to throw out there before we finish?
Yeah, sure. You know what? We're going through some trying times right now. Nothing that we would have expected, you know, especially with this whole COVID virus now. You know, we were able to see what happened to George Floyd last week, and you know, another incident was with Breonna Taylor. But at the end of it, we want to obviously come out of this situation or this experience stronger and better. And you know, we need to collectively think of ways on how we can make this better, because we can't afford to go through this again. You know what I mean? And I think, like I said before, I think it's a heart thing. You know what I mean? If you're not moved by what has happened in the last couple weeks or the last month or couple months, you know, you really got to check, like, what are my biases? Like,
right.
what's the issue? If you're not moved, right, yeah, if you're not affected by this, there's something wrong with you.
Right.
Something wrong with you, because there's no way we can like honestly see what's happening and not be affected or not bug you. So yeah, we just need to like check ourselves, check our hearts, and be better. We got to be better and have conversations. If you don't know, there's no need for us to be ignorant, right? We got the newspaper, we have internet, we have Google, we have books. If you don't know something, research, look it up, right? Because it's readily available for us. So there's no excuses.
That was beautifully said, man. That was really, really well said. Thank you very much for coming and talking to us here about, you know, all things, especially just because of what's going on right now. It was a lot of fun, Jason, man. It was a lot of fun to talk to you. Yeah, I appreciate Dougal connecting us, because this is a really good conversation to have. Thank you for coming on to True Sports TV, and hopefully when we get back into studio and everything like that, we can have you on for more stuff as well. All right?
Yeah, man. Appreciate it, man.
Thank you, man.
Cool. All right.